Hello, this is Luigi Vampa's Minecraft server, and today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to set up a Minecraft server with Bukkit. Now, if you don't know, Bukkit is the means with which you add plugins to the vanilla version of Minecraft. So if you want command book, chest protect, false book, there's hundreds of them, this is what you'll need for it. Now, to get the file, you'll need to go to the Bukkit website. Now, there is 3 or 4 Bukkit sites now, the Bukkit forums, dev Bukkit, which you'll need the download Bukkit, which is dlbukkit.org. There we go. Now you can download the recommended build. The recommended builds are basically they're almost bug-free versions, or to get the latest versions, underneath here you'll see the alternate versions link. If you click that, you will get the development builds of CraftBukkit. Now these are the latest. They're not recommended, but they usually work quite well. You might find there's conflicting plugins and errors and such within there. I'm going to go with a development build on this, just because there isn't a recommended build out for 1.2 yet. So the green arrow in there, download the file. There we are. Copy that. Save that to wherever, doesn't matter, as long as you know where it is. And that's the one I downloaded earlier. Create a folder. Move the Bukkit file into that new folder. And this will be basically where the plugins folder and server properties files and everything else is kept. Now, to get this up and running, you'll need to go back to the Bukkit site, and on the main page there is a getting started link. Now this version will be up and running on a Windows machine. There are instructions here if I think you're running it on Linux, etc. For this I'm doing it on Windows. You will need to copy this text here. If you're running Java 6, see the 6 there. If you're running Java 7, you want to do the one below. If you're not running Java at all, I will put a link in the description for this video, but that is a tutorial on its own. Basically you just need to download it from Java, install it, and that will give you the means with which to run the Java virtual machine. So copy that text, go back to the folder, create a new text file, open it, and paste. Now you want to save this as run.bat. Not entirely sure if it's capitals are essential, but there you are. Now currently if I saved it as it was, that wouldn't work because I'm saving it as a text file. But with all files selected, it will save it with the extension .bat, not the previous .text. Saving it as it was would have been run.bat.text. Delete this, we don't need this. Double click the file. And oh, there we go. Problem already. Open the file back up. Oh, there we go. Due to the difference between 32-bit and 64-bit, the program files folder that it is saved in on this machine is the x86 folder. Now if I just show you that briefly. There. The default text that was copied from the Bukkit wiki had it stated as being in this folder, where I know that my Java installation is in this one. So by changing this text to x86, if you have the 7 version, you basically just change that to 7. This one's running 6. Yeah. Save that again, and then we go back to this, double click the run, and this time it should load all the files that are needed. There we go. Just preparing spawn area and such. These are the files that it will generate. The world nether, world the end are the map files. Plugins, which will be empty now. This is where you will add the plugins eventually. You will add plugins. If you weren't going to add plugins, then you might as well just stick with the vanilla version. Banned IPs, banned players, they will be the list of griefers that you kick off your server. Generally I don't add to these. I quite like Command Book, and this has functions within it for banning players and such, which makes these files null and void. The ops list, adding one game name per line to the ops list gives each of those players pretty much all the permissions to begin with. Permissions file, again, it's kind of null and void. I'd recommend using a specific permissions plugin. Personally, I like Permissions Bucket. Not sure whether that's updated properly yet for 1.2, but it's still working quite well. The whitelist is, if you in the server properties you set whitelist to true, then only players that are actually on the whitelist can be logged into the game. A quick look at this one. I've been over this before in the vanilla tutorial, but I'll go over it again briefly. Allow nether, allows people to access the nether. Level name, as you saw in the folder, the map was called world, so the level name would be the world. Allow flight, obvious. Level type. Now the level type is, I'm not sure what the actual types are, but there's the default, which is the normal Minecraft world, the flatland world, where it's just flat basically. Skyland, which I'm not sure they've actually added that one yet. Yeah, well, those are your options. The build height, how you can build, spawn NPCs, spawn the non-player characters. That there is the whitelist. So again, if that was set to true, only the people on the whitelist text file would be able to log onto the server. Spawn animals, pigs, blah blah. PvP, player versus player, if you want players to be able to fight each other. Difficulty, 0 to 3, 0 being easy, 3 being much better. Game mode, 0 is survival, 1 is creative. Change the maximum number of players you can have on the server. Spawn monsters, set that to false and you'll have no creepers, zombies and such. Generate structures, they would be the NPC villages, etc. The view distance is how far it renders your view from where you are standing. And the message of the day is the welcome message you will see on the multiplayer options screen when you log into Minecraft. Save the server properties. Now I've made a few changes. Oh, one thing I haven't mentioned so far is in this file, the run.bat file, the text that was copied from the CraftBukkit wiki has the file called craftbukkit.jar. Now the file that you download from the Bukkit website itself, as you can see here, it's CraftBukkit 1347-21.jar. Now if those two don't match, then it doesn't access the right file and it will throw an error and not work. So you can either rename the text, you can either rename that text there to the name of the file that you've just downloaded, or you can rename the file that you downloaded to craftbukkit.jar. In either case, so long as they must match. So now you've downloaded, run the CraftBukkit file, generated the world, double click run, and it should start your server. And there we are, done. Don't close this. By closing this you will stop your server basically. If you wish to stop your server, just type the stop command. I say command, just type stop. And then when you log into Minecraft, without going into port forwarding currently on this server, I'll just use localhost, again, which means you can only access it from the local machine or within your own private network. And there we are, CraftBukkit server. Now currently with no plugins added, you will have the default server commands, such as game mode and others. I'll put a link in the description for the server commands page from the Minecraft wiki. You can have a look there and it will tell you all the ones that you're able to use. I believe I added myself to the ops list. By doing so I gave myself permission to change my game mode. Oh, no, maybe I didn't have myself. That there is CraftBukkit installed. And we'll just go back. Oh yes. Add the game name, one per line. Save the file. Whereas last time I stopped it, this time I just reload. Reload complete. Now if I try logging in again, try changing my game mode, I should have permission this time. Or not. So we'll stop it, run it again from fresh. Done. Log in. There we are. I have permission to play on my own server. Thank you very much. There we are, Minecraft with Bukkit. I'll add some more tutorials on how to install plugins and such. But there you are, done. You now have the chat bar. Thank you very much.